You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about the Browns. Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting indeed. The Myles Garrett trade situation. You might be like, what situation? I thought it went away. Nah. It came roaring back yesterday. And I tell you who is to blame for this. Blame Maxx Crosby. All right? Blame the Raiders. The Browns just sat back. Jimmy Haslam, Andrew Berry just sat back and literally watched the haul that was given for Maxx Crosby. Well, Myles Garrett's better than Max right now. Okay? And don't get me wrong, it's close, but Myles is still a tier above Max. He's a GD wrecking ball, wearing some football cleats, all right? Now, if you could only get him to drive less than 100 miles an hour. But something was done yesterday by the Browns involving Myles Garrett's contract that has a lot of people believing Myles Garrett's back on the block, all right, or on the block. And this is interesting because the mystery is, why exactly did this happen? The Browns modified this contract, and it's like, honestly, the benefit of doing it, the only thing this benefits would be to make it a little easier to trade him out of town. Browns and reigning NFL Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett, has agreed to a modified language on his contract that became official on Tuesday per league sources. Guys, there's no way in the depths of hell Jerry and the Dallas Cowboys aren't all over this. They tried to get Max. Myles is a lifelong Cowboys fan, came out of Arlington. This reeks of Jerry and Jimmy. It does. Garrett's contract previously called for his option bonuses in 2026, 27, 28 to be exercised by the 15th of the league year. March 25th is the 15th of the league year. In the amended terms, that date has been pushed back to 7 days before the regular season each year. The payment of the option bonuses was also modified in a way that has benefit to Garrett. Additionally, Garrett has $8 million of his base salary in 2029 and 2030 moved into a roster bonus early in each league year. The modifications has benefits to the team as Cleveland now has flexibility to create more cap space in each year, and Garrett benefits with modified option payments. That's a bunch of mumbo jumbo, okay? Garrett agreed to a 4-year extension. So, here we go. If the Browns decide, and this is 24/7 Sports, to trade Myles Garrett this offseason, then they won't have to pay him $1 for 2026. Oh, now the curtain gets pulled back. Meaning, the new team would be paying him a full $32.5 million he is owed for 2026. This would only be a 9.14 cap number in 2026 for the acquiring team. The Browns would have a dead cap left to the account for based on money he has been paid in the last 4 seasons. His current salary cap for 2026 is $23.64 million, but this jumped to $41 million with a trade. They could wait until after June 1st to trade him. It would still be a $41 million dead cap hit, but split to 15 in 2026, 2027, and $25 million in 2027. So, here we go, right here. Tony Grossi, landondemand.com. And now what? As things stand, blah, 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 no man's land. Hello, Jerry. The Cowboys own picks number 12 and 20 in this year's draft. They also have Green Bay's number 1 pick in the 2027 draft as a result of the Micah Parsons trade, but gave up their own number 1 to the Jets for defensive tackle Quincy Williams. Terms of that trade guarantee the Jets the better the number 1s, whichever is higher, Dallas or Green Bay. The key to a Garrett trade, of course, would be to secure an extra pick or more in 2027. So I would propose to the Cowboys a trade of their number 12 pick this year and the remaining number 1 next year, plus a player for Garrett. Jerry Jones is still feeling the heat for trading Parsons. He knows a new edge rusher, the best edge rusher of his generation, would quiet the critics and take his beleaguered defense to a much-needed new level. Is the price tag a bit high? Jimmy tells Jerry, either I trade the best pass rusher of your generation or I trade him to you or the Eagles. Well, and look, there's some truth in that. By the way, you see these headlines, Cowboys. Bears is the other team. There's a market for Miles immediately. A market for the Myles Garrett trade gave you the teams that are in the market. The Maxx Crosby trade gave you the teams that are in the market for Myles Garrett. The Eagles, the Cowboys, Bears. Right there with Jerry at the front of the pack. And we already know Jerry offered 3 different packages to the Raiders. Frankly, I thought they were better packages than what the Raiders took from the Ravens, which is weird. But I believe he offered them 1 and a 1 and a third and a pretty damn good defensive player back. But that was just one of them. Then they got into some more first-round picks, blah, 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 blah. It's going to take 2 1s and maybe a player to get it done. 3 1s, I'm not so sure about. All right? Right now, it seems like Cleveland Browns fans doesn't want this trade to happen. And I got to be real with you. I have no idea why. If I was a Cleveland Browns fans, I'd drive Myles Garrett to the airport for all that draft capital. And if I could get a player back, how about this? How about a first-round pick, a fourth-round pick, and A.J. Brown? I'm just throwing that out there. You get another Pro Bowl player back, a really damn good receiver. Far and away would be a number 1 on your roster. I don't know that A.J. would want to go to Cleveland. Just throwing that out. A.J. Brown, a number 1, and a third or fourth. Would that happen? I don't know that that's enough, but I think he'd start getting you in the ballpark anyway. But yeah, as of right now, Browns fans don't want this to happen, and I'm not sure why, because you're not winning shit with this dude on your roster. You're just not. You don't have enough talent in other places. Oh, but the defense was good. Okay, but the defense also laid some eggs, oddly, in some games last year that you would have thought going in. There were some games that I thought, the Browns going to win this game. No, that defense shit the bed. You saw Miles get the record. That's awesome. He's the best defensive player in the history of the franchise. That's awesome. But he's getting close to the beginning of the end. In other words, yes, he's in his prime. But now's the time. Coming off Defensive Player of the Year, his value will never, ever, ever be higher. Man, look, I'm a Niners fan. Is there a solitary player on our roster that's untradeable? Hell to the no. Oh, but Rhodes, Brock Purdy, shit. If we got the right package for it, I'd drive his little ass to the damn airport myself. Who's untradeable in the league? Get out of here, fly. Who's untradeable? Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. Is that it? That's it. There, I said. But Rhodes, Joe Burrow, injuries, Lamar Jack, please. Okay. There's two players, and they're both quarterbacks. Everybody else got a price. Every mother effer got a price. Tell me what you think. I mean, no way. Peace. I'm out. Myles Garrett be out too. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.